Congestion pricing, that plan once again put on pause. New York Governor Kathy Hochul announcing yesterday that the plan will be postponed indefinitely. Tolls originally set to go live on June 30th, just 25 days from now. Joining us to discuss is Danny Pearlstein, Policy and Communications Director of the Riders Alliance. And we welcome you, Danny. Good to talk with you.
Thanks so much for having me.
So did you have any idea that this was going to be the governor's decision yesterday when she made this decision about postponing this plan indefinitely? Just a couple of weeks ago, she was fully on board.
Governor Hochul was one of the strongest proponents congestion pricing has ever had. This is one of the biggest flip-flops in New York history.
And your thoughts behind the reason of that flip-flop?
You know, it's hostage taking, right? 1-2% of folks are driving into the central business district, but those are the elite. Those are the people with the governor's ear, not the overwhelming majority of New Yorkers that ride public transit and that take public transit into the congestion zone. They need fixes for a crumbling system, that need faster bus service, faster emergency response times, and cleaner air. That's what got thrown on under the bus yesterday.
So when you hear Mayor Adams yesterday afternoon say this decision was not political, whatnot, I'm sure you feel that it's quite the opposite, that this was an election year decision. And who knows, maybe things will reverse course come late November.
Well, you know, political cronies can be counted on to drive to work, but that's not the experience of everyday New Yorkers who are being punished, frankly. You know, everyday New Yorkers, subway riders, and transit workers put the governor over the top, gave her that narrow election victory in 2022. Now she's biting the hand that feeds her and feeding the hand that bites her, right? Suburban commuters that hate her housing plan, that voted against her, they're the ones winning out, supposedly. But even Long Island's newspaper, Newsday, is coming down hard on the governor for this ridiculous flip-flop that squanders an opportunity for a better future.
So as far as, you know, we see $500 million in camera readers that have been put up around the city and whatnot. It would seem, I don't know, it seems a little absurd that they would totally back off this idea that this may be a temporary pause, even though we're calling it indefinite. Your thoughts on that? I mean, there's so much infrastructure in place right now. It seems impossible to just walk away from it.
Congestion pricing will absolutely be back. Just like the speed cameras turned back on after they went dark in 2018, just like the Omni readers at the back of buses that the MTA stalled years ago will finally turn on this fall. Congestion pricing has facts on the ground. The governor has to flip the switch. She reversed herself once, she can reverse herself again.
How does your organization and other advocates for the plan hope to push back here? You know, as you mentioned, this could just be a temporary pause. So how much influence or how much pushback do you provide here?
You know, we rallied yesterday in New York City. We're going to rally today in Albany. We're going to be rallying in Brooklyn on Sunday. We're seeing more momentum in favor of the program today than we've seen since it was passed in March 2019. There's just a tremendous outpouring of support, tremendous anger and frustration with the governor's rash decision, and we're going to turn it back.
Did you see this decision coming at all? Did you have any type of heads up, or were you just as surprised as the rest of us when you heard the governor?
I mean, we know the project is mired in court. We were following those lawsuits closely. We thought we had a strong ally. We thought this governor recognized that to prove herself in New York City, she needed to prove herself to transit riders. She got cold feet. She made a mistake, but she can get back on board.
It seems like New Jersey people that aren't voting for her actually made out pretty well in this.
Maybe she wants to run for governor of New Jersey. I don't know. I'm not a political analyst.
Danny, thank you very much. Danny Pearlstein, Policy and Communications Director of the Riders Alliance. We appreciate you taking a couple of moments for us, Danny. I'm sure we'll talk to you again in the future.
Anytime.